right, g'day everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Next Gen Blue Abroad. I'm here with Nath, mate. How are you after that big win?
Oh, bloody good after that win. Got the spirits
Yeah,
up after
I
that
saw
one.
your reaction, mate, and it was pretty funny.
Yeah,
Everyone's reaction. It was just
yeah, yours
it
was
doesn't
good.
come around very often. The goal after the siren, and I was lucky to have
Yeah.
pants on after that one. But honestly, what was your take on the game? Like, what was your feelings after that?
Yeah, well, obviously through the game, like, we played a bit patchy. Like, we played probably two good quarters, but had our chances. And then that last 30 seconds when Mackay missed that, and then Jonesy missed that one from the
Oh, no.
boundary. When Walters smashed it out of there, I thought this
Yeah.
might be it. But then deliberate downfield, and then honestly couldn't believe what I was watching. Like, I was just so nervous and like I was freaking out, and then straight through the middle. Like, honestly, like one of the best days of my life seeing that. Honestly, it
Yeah.
was so
Oh,
good.
mate, I've watched that last 2 minutes, say upload on YouTube, whatever, like 50 times.
Yeah,
I didn't. It was such
yeah,
a
I know.
blur. It was a real blur that last few minutes. You kind of
It
like
was.
we've wasted so many chances. I was like, all we needed was one goal out of those chances in the third quarter,
Yeah,
and we would have fucking won the game easy. But then we leave it to the last minute
I know.
downfield and goes to Newsy. He pops it in from 45 on the boundary, like. Like
I
Robbie
love
Gray,
Noonsy.
eat your heart out, mate. Like that was a much
Yeah,
harder kick. Um,
that one.
Mate, that'll
Like,
go like we'll remember
that's
that
one of
for
the.
like years and years to come.
Yeah, that's like one of the best. Like, commentators saying like second best to Malcolm Blight. So like, that's just unbelievable. I honestly couldn't believe it. Like, it
Mm,
took me a few days to just believe it. Yeah.
yeah, mate. I think it should be up there for goal of the year, considering the
Oh,
scenario.
it has to be.
He's popped it in from that spot. Oh, it's
That
just
has to be
he
going.
couldn't hit it any more perfect, and
Yeah,
it was a massive win,
flushed it.
really. If he
Yeah,
missed that shot, we're 4-7. So, thank
yeah.
fuck for that. I'm sure Freo are haunted now by Jack Nunes, and every time we verse them, they're going to be shitting themselves. Something bad's going to happen always, but yeah, it was a slog, but luckily we got up in the end.
Yeah.
Start recording. All right. So enough of last week's great win. We're going to move on to the Suns, taking them on Friday night. It should be an interesting clash, actually. They've been in a bit of a form slump of late. They looked pretty knackered the other night against the Tigers in that last term. But yeah, what do you reckon? Like, what do we need to win this game?
Oh, mate, like, this is a must-win game. Like if we're a chance for finals, this is a game we have to win. Like, it's just so big, but like we've just got to be on from the start. No slow starts this week. Honestly, like, sick of the slow starts and catching up like last week.
Yeah.
But yeah, need to be on.
Yeah, massive. You've got to win. If we're 6-6, I'll be happy. And then we've got Collingwood next week, but we'll talk about that next week. So I'll move on to the key matchups. So first of all, this is pretty important as well. I feel as if Hugh Greenwood's been quite good. Usually at the start of the season, he was quite solid against the key mids from like the opposition side, and I feel Cripper improved in that second half against the Dockers.
Yeah, yeah. I reckon Cripps definitely helped pull the club back from that second half. He was a massive play for us that game. But yeah, he's been a solid pickup for them. Massive body, helps them out through the mid. So they're pretty similar in size. So it should be a good matchup.
Yeah, I think for Cripper, it's just that penetration with his kicking. He just when he gets out open, he just seems to struggle to kick and like hit targets, and because he gets a lot of the pill. And what we don't need is him, butchering the footy, more times than not.
100%.
So I'll move on to the next matchup. Off you go, mate.
Yep. So we got big Ed Kerno, big 33 disposals against Freo, against Took
Yeah.
Miller, who's been in pretty good form himself. So, do you reckon Kerno will tag Miller this game, or do you reckon he'll just go as usual? Just
Nah, I reckon he'll be tagging Took. Um,
yeah,
I think he's quite good, Took. Solid around the midfield,
he
can
is.
play up forward, kick goals. He gets a lot of the footy as well. So if Ed can even just cut, 25 disposals, 30 disposals down to at least below 20 or below,
Yeah,
that'll be good for us.
yeah. I think Miller can basically he can do it all for them. So if Kerno can shut him down, I reckon it shuts down their midfield a lot. I reckon so. Should be a good matchup as well, actually.
Yeah, and Ed Kerno again, like last year versus Freo, he absolutely dominated the clearances. Wasn't it like 18 clearances? He broke some record, I'm
Yeah,
fairly sure. I don't
yeah,
know. He was top 3 in clearances all time, and yeah, he loves a wet game. The Eddie Kerno. So we'll move on to the next matchup. So we're looking at the wingers here. Both run up and down the ground pretty well, defensively and offensively. I feel they both can hit the scoreboard pretty well. Also, Walshy's averaging more. I think it's like point eight goals a game, which is pretty decent for a winger. I think Ellis has kicked a few the last few weeks. So, yeah, I think quite an even matchup.
yeah. Alice has been pretty good pickup for them. Been solid in most of their games, and as you said, he's a hard runner. He runs up and down the wings a lot. So hopefully Walsh can keep up with him, and also Walsh can hit the scoreboard on the other end.
Yeah, one of our trade targets last year. So,
He
yeah,
was.
he's been a good pickup for the Suns. We'll move on here. This is more of a key matchup. Two big fellas. I rate Sam Collins. I think he's been a great
Yeah,
pickup for the Suns. I think he was at the Dockers. Was it last year or the year before?
yeah.
I think it might have been the year before. I think he was injured last year for the
Was it?
Suns. But
Yeah.
what were you going to
Yeah,
say?
yeah. Oh, was he part of the what's his name? The oh, what the heck? What's his name? Oh my god, I forgot his name. No,
Ablett?
not no. Number 12 for Suns. His brother played at Saints. Weller. That's the Weller. I
Yeah,
think he part of
yeah. I think
the
that
trade?
was a part of the trade.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
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 I think they gave up a lot to get Weller. I think it might have been pick 3 or something. But
yeah,
yeah, we'll move on from that. And I think Sam Collins is a solid defender. He's getting a bit worked up the
yeah,
other night against big Tom Dickhead Lynch. But yeah, I think
yeah.
Harry,
Fair enough.
we need to hit targets better. Our mid to forward connection struggled the other night. Forwards went in front, and 5 goals in a game isn't good enough. I know it was a slog, good win, but we've got to be able to put more goals on the scoreboard.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll move on to another matchup. Eddie Betts versus Jared Harbrow. So what's your verdict on this one, mate?
Two Aboriginal boys. So this should be this is like, I mean, this is going to be a good matchup. Like Eddie Betts he's going to show up. You know he is, because it's Aboriginal round, and he always does something special in this round for him. Yeah, but I reckon like Eddie's going to he has to kick a few goals. Like it's in Darwin. He's gonna be up to the challenge, I reckon. So, but Harbrow's a good defender. Good hard running defender. So yeah, it should be a pretty good matchup.
Yeah, 100%. I think for Eddie as well to have a good game is that forward pressure, not letting guys like
Yeah,
Harbrow run off halfback, take easy kicks down the line 50, taking metres down the ground, and that really affects our forward line structure as well. Just getting those easy
yeah,
exits. But yeah, pressure for us is key as well. I think Freo got out a bit easy on the weekend in a few instances.
mm,
And yeah, I think we should get up really. But we'll move on to the
yeah.
next matchup. Don't want to be too cocky.
Yeah,
Next matchup. See, I think this is a iffy one, I reckon. I think for Doc, it could be a positive, it could be a negative. I feel probably Doc is probably suited more to that, run off halfback, pick up that kind of
Yeah.
spare half forward. But do you reckon Plowman could go to Rankin?
I was thinking that, but like, I don't know. I just think that Rankings is a little quick guy, and I just think Doc can definitely keep up with him. But I was thinking either Plow or Doc, but I reckon they'll probably rotate throughout the game, see how each player goes. So yeah, we'll see Friday night who match up on him first bounce.
Yeah, and if they do end up matching up on each other, I think Doherty will be able to run off halfback really easy. I think Rankin's a bit of a downhill skier, and he just goes forward. Doesn't really tend to push back. He's a bit soft. Great player. Mark my words, but he's a bit soft. He's a bit, I don't know.
Yeah.
He's one of those players, explosive,
Sort of
but
bit of that.
defensive work probably needs a bit of work. So hopefully Doc can isolate him in those areas.
Yep.
We'll move on to the last matchup, I believe. The two big boys again. This
Big
is
fellas.
a part of one of your big calls, I think. Yes, you get it.
Yeah, Wiedering. Oh, sorry, mate. Wiedering v King. Last time Wiedering played King, I think he got beaten. So that was his only second actually poor game of the season. Wiedering getting King to, I think, a couple goals, but new players. So Ben King, I reckon it's a good matchup. He's a lot like his brother Max Kings, but I reckon Wiedering just needs to just compete in the air, I think, as he's been doing all year, and hopefully he can keep him to 0 goals.
Yeah, I think Weeders was a bit unfortunate on the weekend. A few frees not going his way, and Tabner getting some bullshit goals. But I think this is probably a massive matchup. Really, I think King really opens the game up for the Suns, and some of their wins, and kicks a bag or two. But if he stops the goals, if we stop the goals leaking, we'll win the game. That's been, I don't know, sometimes our problem, just leaking, that extra 3 or 4 goals, and it's just, it just makes it more frustrating and more pressure on us to score goals. But it's a very important matchup.
Massive matchup.
I think we're going to move on to the selection side. This is your selections, mate. Off you go.
Yeah. So I'll start with my outs. I've got TDK, Honey, and Cottrell. So I think that Pidnet, I'll go in. Pidnet, Cunningham, and Martin. I think Pidnet is, in my opinion, I think he's a bit better matchup for Wits. He's more of a big slow fella instead. Like Natanui matched up with PDK pretty good, but I don't know. I just feel like Pidnet's a better matchup for Wits. I think he'll compete better just because of his size. I got Cunningham in, so he should be an in. After watching that injury report, he should be all good. And I got Jackie Martin now. He's going to be a massive in because playing against his old side, he wants to have a massive game.
Yeah.
And I think he will. Most likely playing. So
Yeah, I've thought a lot about the ins and outs. I completely agree with you. I think Pito's a very good matchup. For me, I just don't see TDK getting dropped. I don't think there's a reason for him being dropped. There could be. I wouldn't be against it. I support the view. But I just overthink stuff. And, I'm like, why should he be dropped? He's played a good game on the weekend. But, it probably, I don't know, just it really depends on the matchup with Wits. So I've pretty much got the same. So I've got the two new fellas, Cottrell, Honey, getting dropped. I felt a bit bad for Cots. I think he's played pretty well the last 2 games. Even Cots might not even get dropped. It could be someone else having a break, just getting rotated as there's a few games over the next few weeks. But Jackie Martin should be in. Cunners is a definite. I still overthought that a bit. I was like, should we bring him in? Honey's done nothing wrong, but he's played his first game of footy. He's only 18 years old. Plenty of footy ahead of him. Even that might be later in the year.
Also, saw Terry. Terry actually said this in a different video, but these are must-win games. We should be playing our best team. I agree with what he said. We should put our best team forward. These are elimination games. We cannot lose them. So I feel bad for the young guys, but I just think we have to put our best team forward to get the win.
100%. Yeah. No feeling sorry for people getting dropped. Shit happens, and yeah, they'll get their opportunity again. All right, move on to the big call. Buzz's big call.
Yeah. All right. So we got King and Ranking. They're main two forwards. We should say to be kept to 0 goals. So massive. If they're kept to 0 goals, we'll get the win. But
Yeah, be
0 goals.
tough. It'll be a tough task, but that's why it's big call. You never know. You never know.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
All right, so I'll move on to my big call. Lastly, so I've got Eddie to kick 4 and put
I love it.
on a show in Darwin. I think it's his time. He's 4 games without a goal, so I think he really needs one to turn his back end of his season around and in front of the the Darwin faithful.
Yeah, you just got I got a feeling like he's gonna do something special. I just know it, but we shall wait and see.
All right, everyone. Hope you enjoyed that preview. We got a lot of comments on the last one. A lot of praise for our last one. Thanks for all the positive comments. Chuck a subscribe to Blue Abroad. Follow us on Instagram, CarltonFCDaily. Follow Blue Abroad as well. Smash the like button. See you guys later.
Go Blues.